Aquarius horoscope. The Saturn retrograde journey August 23rd, 2025 to February 13th, 2026. Great responsibilities lead to greater mastery if you're willing to rise to the occasion. Hello Aquarius. Buckle up, because the road ahead comes with curves, climbs, and unexpected detours. Saturn, your ancient ruler, begins its retrograde journey on August 23rd, 2025, and will stay in reverse until February 13th, 2026. During this phase, Saturn moves back into your first house, the house of self, leadership, and personal identity. When Saturn retrogrades in your sign, it's not just external events that shift. You're being called to reevaluate how you lead, love, and live. It's time to revisit responsibilities, recalibrate relationships, and restructure your long-term goals. Let's explore the key themes Saturn retrograde will activate in your life and how to navigate them like a true water bearer. 1. Career pressure and leadership challenges. Saturn in your first house asks, are you taking yourself seriously enough? This retrograde intensifies that inquiry. You may feel a strong burden of responsibility and expectations from others, but also from within. Example, imagine you're a mid-level manager suddenly promoted to oversee an entire department. The raise and title feel good, but now you're managing a team, reporting to higher-ups, juggling HR issues, and coordinating strategy. You may feel like you're barely keeping up. This isn't failure, it's Saturn sharpening your skill set. Key messages: take leadership seriously, but don't carry everything alone. Delegate, but remain accountable. Focus on long-term planning over quick wins. Show up with discipline, not just creativity. This period may also involve international connections, long-distance collaborations, or travel for work. If you've been hoping to take your work global, Saturn says, prepare thoroughly. You'll succeed through structure, not spontaneity. 2. Relationship review. Boundaries, distance, and complexity. With Saturn retrograding in your sign, your approach to partnerships, romantic or otherwise, comes under review. Your relationships may feel strained, tested, or unusually complicated. Example, you might find yourself in a long-distance connection with someone from another country. The chemistry is strong, but time zones, communication delays, and cultural differences create friction. Saturn asks, is this sustainable? Alternatively, if you're already partnered, you may start noticing patterns that need to be addressed, whether it's emotional distance, unclear roles, or unresolved tension. Saturn wants relationships that are based on trust and truth, built to last. Emotionally mature. You may also find yourself encountering people who carry emotional baggage or unclear intentions. Be wary of romantic entanglements that seem fated but chaotic. Tip: don't ignore red flags, even if the connection feels karmic. If someone is secretive or unavailable, Saturn is teaching you about boundaries and self-respect. 3. Financial responsibilities and unforeseen expenses. Retrograde Saturn often brings hidden or delayed financial matters to light, especially when placed in your sign. Expect high-cost obligations, such as repaying debts or supporting family members' unexpected expenses, particularly related to vehicles, travel, or home maintenance. Sudden financial opportunities that come through effort, not luck. Example, suppose your sibling asks for help covering a medical bill, or you need to pay for emergency home repairs. Though unplanned, these costs remind you to rethink how you manage resources, especially shared finances. On the upside, you may also receive a large payout from a long-delayed project or win a contract after a competitive process. However, Saturn ensures that every financial gain during this time comes with responsibility attached. Advice: track your spending closely, avoid risky investments, build a safety net. Even if it slows your lifestyle, say no to financial obligations that drain you without reciprocity. 4. Mental fatigue, emotional weight, and self-doubt. Saturn retrograding through your first house can weigh heavily on your confidence and mental clarity. You may overthink your choices, feel like you're not doing enough, doubt your path or purpose, but this is also the moment to redefine your identity. Example, Let's say you've always been known as the idea person at work. Now, you're being asked to execute, manage, or lead. You may feel imposter syndrome creeping in. That's Saturn inviting you to grow out of your comfort zone. This period is not about pretending to be perfect. It's about showing up consistently, even when you feel unsure. Tips to manage mental fatigue. Prioritize rest, especially after emotionally intense days. Practice journaling or talk therapy to release internal pressure. Set boundaries with people who drain your energy. This is your chance to transform self-doubt into self-discipline. 5. Physical health and chronic conditions. Saturn rules bones, joints, and chronic illnesses. Retrograde motion may cause old health issues to flare up, especially if you've ignored early warning signs. Be mindful of back pain, joint stiffness, fatigue, or adrenal burnout. Digestive issues triggered by stress. Example, you might notice your posture worsening due to long work hours, or you could experience a flare-up of an old injury you thought had healed. This is Saturn's way of saying, tend to your body like it's your greatest asset. Use this time to schedule medical checkups, begin physiotherapy, or low-impact workouts. Create a routine that includes rest, hydration, and mindful eating. 6. Relocation, foreign travel, and long-distance endeavors. Saturn's retrograde motion may push you toward big changes involving location, language, or long-distance commitments. For some Aquarians, this could manifest as a job transfer to another country, going back to school overseas, reconnecting with distant relatives or communities abroad. Example, imagine being offered a temporary work visa in a country you've always wanted to live in. You may hesitate. What if it's too much responsibility? But Saturn's lesson is clear. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. Still, don't rush. Research everything. Saturn dislikes impulsive leaps. He prefers well-planned flights. 7. Secrets, ethics, and the importance of transparency during this retrograde. Hidden issues, yours or others, may come to light. This is especially true in situations involving contracts or deals made without full information. Deception in relationships, office politics, or power struggles. Saturn is a karmic watchdog. If you've cut corners in the past, consequences may now arise. If others have wronged you, Saturn might bring truth to the surface, but slowly and subtly. Example, you may discover that someone you trusted withheld information about a joint venture. Or perhaps you've been avoiding a tough conversation in your relationship. Saturn's retrograde forces you to face it head-on. Guiding mantra, integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one's watching. 8. Spiritual strength and inner resilience. While this retrograde can be challenging, it also deepens your spiritual awareness. It asks you to reflect on what drives your ambition. Are your relationships soul-nourishing or soul-draining? Are you walking your talk or just projecting an image? Aquarians often operate in visionary mode, but Saturn wants to ground your vision in action. Practice. Consider journaling daily, meditating, or even fasting under guidance to reconnect with your spiritual compass. You'll feel stronger the more you simplify. 9. Red flags to watch for. Some pitfalls during this retrograde include taking on more than you can handle to prove yourself, ignoring your emotional or physical limits, becoming overly self-critical, staying silent when you need to speak up, getting involved in ethically gray areas. Avoid shortcuts, revenge plots, or emotional manipulation. Saturn sees it all and always balances the scales. 10. Saturn's hidden gift, maturity and mastery. Though this retrograde might feel heavy at times, its hidden gift is this: you will emerge wiser, stronger, and more grounded in your identity. By February 2026, you will know what kind of leader you are, understand your emotional patterns, have clarity about your long-term goals, feel more disciplined, even under pressure, and perhaps most importantly, you will realize that strength isn't about doing it all, it's about doing what matters most. Final guidance for Aquarius. Take responsibility, but not for everything. Strengthen your identity through clarity, not ego. Invest in your health, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Keep your finances honest and your decisions well-researched. And what no longer serves your growth. In summary, from August 23rd, 2025 to February 13th, 2026, Saturn's retrograde journey brings challenges, but also incredible transformation. This is your time to evolve from visionary to architect, from dreamer to doer, from observer to leader. Saturn doesn't make it easy, but he always makes it worthwhile. Walk steady, choose wisely, lead with integrity. Your true power is being shaped in silence.